Right, how to handle those difficult potential customers then? Yes, I am aware my cheeks are absolutely purple. I am a lady of a certain age, right? Right. The first thing I'm going to say is no amount of money should have you putting up with deliberate rudeness, swearing, aggression at all, ever, from a potential customer. But how do we identify whether they are being intentionally rude or not? I don't agree with dismissing potential clients immediately just for not saying like hello, how are you, before going in with the, can you bake me this. You can disagree with that if you want. My dividing line is when it don't come naturally to say please and thank you, right? That's a sign to me of general disrespect that will show up in other ways later on. But where does it cross the line for you? Because some of us, myself included, can be a little bit blunt for some people. But I know if ever I was told, like I was coming across as rude or unreasonable, that wouldn't be my intention, unless I'm giving it back. But nobody's perfect all the time, and we've all got many other things happening in moments. We're not always aware of what we're projecting. Very often, what we perceive as disrespect can be completely unintentional, and it would be a shame to dismiss that potential lifetime customer if that was the case. Yeah, so if you imagine this stressed mum trying to organise a birthday cake after a long shift at work, in between feeding and bathing 3 kids, partners chuntering in their ear about the car, dogs barking at neighbours, washing machines on spin. We don't all consider what we've written. We don't all read back what we've written and carefully consider our tone before hitting send. It is sometimes difficult to convey tone in writing. Think about, we're so used to getting double kisses and emojis on messages now. So sometimes what is actually a perfectly polite, to the point message, properly punctuated, can come across as abrupt because it hasn't got them added frills that we've got used to. So do bear that in mind. I have one customer that comes across really, really blunt, but she works in an office. She sends a lot of professional work emails. So that's how she's used to communicating. She's a bloody lovely person. So we come across people who seem fussy or pernickety. So where does that come from? What if they've had a bad experience with a home baker previously and so they're just anxious this time? What if it's the first time they've bought made-to-order bakes, so they don't know how we do things? Or, it's easy to forget. We live in cake world. Other people don't know our technical terms and our way of doing things. So that can be a source of frustration for them if they don't understand what we're saying to them. Maybe they're not sure what they want, what they need, what their options even are. So they just need your expert guidance. They might be having a bad day. They might be frustrated, poorly, overwhelmed. If you didn't respond quickly, they might feel ignored. They might not understand why we need to ask 20 questions before we can quote. They just want to get this order sorted because they're anxious, So try and work out what's happening for them. First of all, calm your pash. Don't ever respond to a customer when you're having a burst of emotion. I'm going to say that again because it's very important. Don't ever respond to a customer if you're having a burst of emotion. So, is this apparent rudeness something that you can just let drop for now, see where conversation goes? In my experience, it's almost always unintentional, and it is very possible to give people what they need, reassure them and win them over. If we can understand and tune into the reason behind this apparent tone, if there is one, we can often work around it. If we can win them over, we've got a new customer and they're going to be grateful that you won them over. That further builds the trust in you, meaning they're nicer going forward because they're no longer anxious and they know how to order next time. Sometimes it's as simple as we just need to show them that we know what they're doing, give them confidence in us. Set the boundaries, don't put up with rudeness, but you will ease any situation by empathising and trying to understand what's happening for them. So listen, be receptive, reassure them, be firm where it's needed, but be respectful because you are the professional in the situation. Why are some people a dream to deal with? They've usually ordered custom cakes before and they've had good experiences. So they know what information we need, they've seen your work, they're going into it confident. That's what makes it an easy customer. So if you're that baker that can turn a stressed customer into a relaxed one, that's now somebody that's going to become a dream to work with, hopefully. That could now be one of those wonderful loyal customers who keeps our businesses afloat and helps to grow it by recommending us at every opportunity. Some of the most loyal customers are the ones who know that they can be a bit difficult because they worry, because they want things to be perfect, but they know we're still going to knock it out of the park for them every time because we hear, we understand them, so we get them, you know. But some people are just born bastards, right? And we are well within our rights to refuse service. Anxiety or stress might be the reason behind them being bossy and rude, but it's not an excuse. They're grown adults making that choice to be rude, and you don't have to tolerate it. We are not therapists. It's not our job to take on their problems, to put up with their shit. But do remember, in these situations, this is a tricky one for some of us. It's not always about winning a fight. Pick your battles. Try and remember, this person's just going through life like that. So don't take it personally. They're like it with everybody. It's so easy to get defensive and to want to give them it right back, but that's fueling a fire that your business doesn't need to get burned by. So when those lines are crossed, just calmly walk away. As professionals, we need to protect the business first and foremost. If they've got an issue and we can sort it out successfully, they're going to sing us praises. If we pee them off, whether you feel that's justified or not, they're going to tell everybody. So try and bow out before you bare your teeth, because your business needs you to handle it that way. One thing I will say is that blocking somebody without very good reason is, in my opinion, unprofessional, and it is going to wind them up. And if they are that way inclined, it can do our business reputation damage. Always think about what your business messages are going to look like as a screenshot. We should always aim to resolve a situation. Blocking is a last resort, of course, if they're getting threatening, if they're getting abusive, posting nasty comments on your socials. You know, tell them it's not acceptable. Give them a chance to apologise. When that doesn't come, and if they continue, then it's acceptable to block. It's shitty and it's horrible, but unfortunately, it is a part of customer service in all industries. Every industry puts up with people like this. I reiterate, do not take it personally, because these people go through life like it. So, 1 second. How to say no to an order then? This depends on your reason for saying no. Of course, how brave you are. How do you think they're going to react to you saying no? I don't condone lying, but sometimes just a little, I'm sorry, I'm unavailable for that day, can be enough. It closes the situation down without aggro from either side. You've got the right to say no to an order, no matter how far down the process you are, right? If you're not happy with the demands, their attitude, changes that they're making to the order, just say so. You can say so. Even if they've paid you, you can send it back. Even if they apologise, you accept their apology. If you're not comfortable to proceed with that order, send the payment back, because that puts an end to it. It's better to take that hit than to let it unfold. If you know they're not going to be happy no matter what you do, and you know that they're going to be vocal about it, that refund, that's going to be a smaller hit to your business than the bad PR could be. Always remain professional. Remember, if they are unhappy, whether it's justified or not, they're going to tell the story. Screenshots are a thing, so stay professional. Don't be snooty, don't get defensive, don't use long words. Just imagine that they're stood in front of you. Type how you'd speak to them in person, because we're aiming to de-escalate. It doesn't mean that you're soft, it means that you're a professional with a business reputation to protect. You know, you can say, I don't feel like I can get this right for you, so I'm going to send your payment back so you can go and find somebody else, you know. You can say, I'm sorry, but I can't accommodate those changes because it's not something that I make in my business, and I won't want to sell you something I haven't perfected. The aim should be, leave them feeling heard, don't leave them feeling in any way slighted, but you have got the right to set boundaries if they're overstepped. You know, you say, I don't know if this is intentional, but your tone is quite aggressive, so I'm not comfortable to proceed. But lastly, keep it private. Don't rant on your page, getting your side of the story in. You know, always picture that somebody might be considering ordering from you, and all of a sudden you're on this terrible rant and you're slagging somebody off, you know. Just be really wary of what you post on your socials. It should always be positivity only and always on there. Obviously, if they post a review, you can respond to that review, but do so in a professional way. Emotional awareness, it goes a long way in customer service. So if you use it to your advantage, you can do better than the competition.